Really rough.
All of that dust from sitting in the storage.
That's from sitting in storage and in garages. Yeah. It is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is the project. Basically, is a backstory to this car. My parents, believe it or not, picked this car out. They was out on vacation out at Peoria, Illinois, and they saw this car sitting at a dealership. They gave me a call and said that how nice the car was and they wanted to get it. So they got it for me and I paid for it and had it ever since. So now what we're attempting to do is to put an LS motor in it, LS swap. It's actually a lot of work involved and a lot of steps to actually get it in there and get it running. And that's the motor that we're going to put in there. So there's a lot of changes that got to be made to it so it can sit down in the car in the bay. But for the most part, what I'm reading, I think we should be in pretty good shape. What kind of Buick is this, Randy?
Skylark.
Skylark. That goes way back. Got to be like a 70 something. Maybe more.
What, the air? Awesome.
So in the LS3 conversion to a F-body, a Gen 3 F-body Camaro, there's a lot of parts that we had to acquire. Some of the parts, majority of the parts is for this particular motor. It's a truck motor, L92. Inside here, I'm showing off the headers that we're going to put on the cars. A set of headers. I don't recall the company. I got to get that information. I'll try to get it posted on the screen. But the engine itself, we had to go with a different order plan that was just sit down into the engine bay. We have to also change out the brackets in the front of the motor. So for instance, the air conditioning unit, we got new brackets going in, and also for the alternator, there's a new bracket that's going in. We also are looking to change out the intake and also the ECM. So with the ECM, we're going to end up going with a Holley Terminator X unit, which should work out a little bit better for us. We also have the wiring harness for that. We also acquired a donor IROC Z28. As you saw on the screen, there was another motor. That motor is actually from out of that IROC. Initially, we was going to use that IROC and add that particular motor, but we quickly grew out of it and we decided to go with the LS. So we're also going to use the IROC transmission, posi rear end, and also the fuel tank, because that unit had a fuel injection. That car had a fuel injection, so we're going to use that fuel tank and wiring harness to power this LS motor.
Okay, guys, here's the radiator that we're putting into the Z28 with the LS conversion. So this will give you an idea. Right behind it is the original IROC Z 5.7 350 radiator from out of a donor car for, I think the year was 89, and it's mammoth the size of that radiator. This Griffin radiator is a MagnaCool universal fit radiator with a dual pass cross floor design. It also has a transmission cooler built into it, which is pretty unique, because some of the other conversion radiators, they did not have that built in it, unfortunately. So we wanted to go with that just to save in space. So we're hoping that that's what we're going to accomplish with this radiator, because yeah, I could only imagine have a radiator this size plus a trans cooler sitting in front of it. So but we're gonna see how this works out. So I just wanted to get a shot of this before it goes into the car, so you have an idea of what it looks like and how it compares to the original radiator that was in the car.